me.
What is up, guys? It is Ozy and Allie. So we have gotten a few questions about our wedding. Allie, can you explain to them?
So like Ozzy's saying, I don't know if you guys remember, but like on our first video that we made, we said that we would make a wedding series. So we got lots of people, like questions, people asking us, like, oh, so you guys are both Mexican, so like, what is your wedding like? Like, is it the same as an American wedding, or like how? So Ozy and I decided that we would make a video explaining to you like the differences. So like what goes on in the Mexican wedding and it, like, you know, just like difference between an American and a Mexican wedding.
Sort of a timeline sort of thing.
Yeah, just to kind of, you know, give you an idea of what in a Mexican-American wedding looks like. So, I don't know if you guys know, but like Ozy and I are both Catholic. We were born and raised Catholic. And so I guess, you know, with us, like the most important thing about marriage is like our faith. Obviously that's like the main thing for us. So the first thing that we did to start planning our wedding is you have to like book your mass, because that's like super important, like the ceremony.
Church.
Yeah. So we did that. We're getting married in Park City. So yeah, so it's just, you know, our Catholic religion is just super prominent in our lives. Like, it's super important in our families, and it's just like a huge factor.
So we got taken care of that first, which is the most important thing. I would say the second thing, well, and the difference between an American wedding and a Mexican wedding is the social orientation, the guest list. Now, in an American wedding, yeah, you send out invites, and you have people give you their addresses so you can send it to them. Now, in a Mexican wedding, yeah, we'll send out some invites here and there. But to tell you the truth, you send out an invite to someone, they're going to tell their butcher, and then the butcher's going to tell the other guy, and the other guy's going to tell the other guy. So,
like, their neighbors and the friends and, like, their compadres, comadres, like, everyone literally comes to your party. So it's not just, like, you have, like, a list of, like, okay, this is the amount of people that are coming and here are their names. Like, no, at a Mexican wedding, it's, like,
everybody's invited.
Let's say that I gave an invitation to, like, my neighbor, and she has, like, she works with the, you know, someone that finds out that, you know, she's going to a wedding on Saturday. She's like, hey, let's come. Okay, let's go. So that's how it works, and then she'll bring her whole family, and then that family will be like, hey, like, we're going to a wedding. They'll tell friends. So it's just like, yeah, it's huge. Like, everyone shows up to your wedding.
So I mean, that's one of the differences between an American and a Mexican wedding. So you tell one person, they tell the next. It's just telephone. They just keep adding and adding. So you really can't specifically have a number unless you have, like...
Yeah, you don't exactly know, like, how many guests you'll have.
And most of the time, you don't know most of the people. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say most of the people, but some of the people.
They're just, like, acquaintances, or, like, people that you, like, see at church, or, like, you know, like, at the grocery store, you're just like, oh, hey, but you'll see them at your wedding, and they're just kind of like, oh, hey, like, we're at your wedding, congrats, and you're just like, hey, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We didn't invite you, but thanks.
Yeah, okay.
Another thing I would say is the time frame at a wedding.
Yeah.
I think that's another big thing. Usually, in most places here, I think that's the biggest thing for us right now, is that we're having the biggest problem with, is the time frame. Finding a venue that'll allow us to stay past 9 o'clock or 10.
Yeah.
Because at 9 o'clock or 10...
That's when the party starts.
We're just barely getting started. We're barely warming up.
Yeah.
So, we're up to, like, 4 a.m. maybe. Some weddings can go up to 5 a.m. the next morning.
Some people just, like, stay the whole night and morning, and they'll just, like, be there till, like, 6 in the morning. But, those are the hardcore people, I would say. So, like, Ozzy was saying, like, with Americans, like, they, like, usually, typically their weddings, like, are at, like, 9, at least the latest, like, 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
But with us, it's, like, literally 2 a.m.
I mean, we're not saying, of course, we're not saying all Americans are like this. I'm just saying most of the weddings that we have been to, you know, they only go till 9 o'clock at night, and then they end at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. And then it goes all the way to 3 a.m., 2 a.m. So that's what we like to do, is we like to party. We like to go hard.
We're not saying that every American culture does this, no, but like the ones that we've been to, like they do that, but that's what we've seen. But also, like, what we want to talk about is like food. Like with us, like, or with the Mexican culture, I should say, is you literally serve your guests. Like, you feed up to like 400 people. Like, you literally like have like a huge dinner, and people expect that, because some people, like, you know, they can't make it to the mass, but they'll show up to the party, and some people, like, you know, they work, and so they get off work and they shower, and then they like come over to our party, and that's where they expect to, you know, dinner, because they know that they'll have dinner there.
There's a saying that my mom has always told me, is that realistically, the wedding is not for you, it's for the invited, the people that you invite, because, you know, those are the people that are going to be talking about your wedding after.
It's like their experience, like the way that you know, like people will talk about, like, they're not going to talk about like, oh, her dress, or like, you know, this and that, like, or her hair. They're literally going to talk about like the service, like the way that they, like the food, and if there was enough food to feed everyone, like if they could get seconds, or like if there's enough drinks and dessert and stuff like that. That's what people like. They love food, and, you know, Mexicans, we love food. So, like, that's how you make your people happy.
After the mass, you have a couple hours in between, and then it's the luncheon, where everybody's invited. And they come eat, and that's when you're serving everybody. And after the lunch, then the real party starts, which is, the lunch is probably from, like, what would you say?
Well, it's like a lunch / a dinner.
Yeah. So it would probably be, like, from 4 to 7, and then maybe from 7 to...
On is like the actual party, like...
That's when the party goes down.
Yeah.
So another big thing is in the Mexican culture is the community values. In a traditional wedding, American wedding, the bride's family pays for everything for the wedding. Now, in a Mexican wedding, everybody pitches in. Mm-hmm. So it's more of a community event. They all want to be part of your wedding.
Everyone contributes. They
contribute, even if it's $5. You have people always wanting to, you know, to be part of your wedding. They want to, and we've had people already come up to us, and it's humbling to have people come up and say, "Hey, if you need us for anything, let us know. We're here to help you guys out.
Yeah.
So sign us up for this or sign us up for that." So it's really humbling in the Mexican culture. Everybody wants to be part of your wedding, and it's a huge community event. But I think it's really awesome.
Oh, I think, yeah, it's great, because, like, you don't have, like, that, you know, pressure of, like, well, especially, like, in my case, it would be me paying for everything, like, my family. I mean, obviously, we're going to help, but it's, like, with our culture, it's, like, they find out that you're getting married, and they're like, okay, like, what can I help you with? Like, can I give you this? Like, let's, you know, like, can we buy your cake? Like, they just love to party, so they'll like literally like just contribute and pitch in with anything. So
I think that's the coolest thing about a Mexican wedding is community-wise how everybody's involved, and everybody just, the community just comes together to put this big party for a couple that they know. So, and those are just a couple of things that we wanted to share with everybody, because some people were confused about it, and they just wanted to know more about it, because, like I said, it's a different culture that they're going to. But in my opinion, I would probably say that my favorite thing of the whole wedding is the Mass, because it's different. It's you're in a church, you have your own Mass just for the two of you, and you get to see, in my case, I get to see her coming down the aisle. For the very first time in her dress. So it's, you know, there's times where I think about it and I just get like nervous and I get butterflies, and where I'm just like, what am I going to do when she's coming down the aisle? Like, I'm afraid I'm going to start bawling. because the 2 days before,
we're not going
to see each other.
Like, it's tradition.
It's a tradition where we just stay away for those 2 days. And
some people leave in like a week.
Yeah. Well, we decided just 2 days. But I get to see her as she's coming down the aisle for the very first time in her dress with her dad bringing her to me.
And that's the first time that, like he said, in 2 days, that's when we, get to see each other. We don't, take pictures before, stuff like that. Like, this is, when we actually see what we look like.
Hopefully, most of you guys have never experienced a Catholic wedding or a Mexican wedding are excited for this wedding because we're trying to make it, it's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make it fun for everybody that has never enjoyed it. And I would say that the Mass is one of the important things you don't want to miss.
It's very special.
I think about it to this day, and I mean, we're 7 months away.
Yeah.
But it's creeping up on us.
Almost
slowly.
6. Yeah, it's coming quick, because, I still remember when he first proposed, and I was, thinking about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I still have, a year to plan everything. It's gonna take forever, and now that I, think back at that, I'm like, wow, no, it's coming quick. But, I mean, I'm excited, because I already want to get married soon.
So we're excited. We just wanted, like I said, we just wanted to share a couple things with you guys, so you guys know what's gonna be going down. And if you guys have any more questions, let us know. We're excited.
Comment below.
Share this. Have other people know about different traditions in the Mexican wedding traditions and the American wedding traditions.
Oh, and also, Ozy, I forgot to mention, so Mexicans, we love also music. So, there's a lot of music at the party. A ton. And it's loud.
It's live, too. Most of the time we have live bands come and mariachi. A lot of the times, our wedding, we're going to have mariachi there. Her family's from Jalisco. So my family loves mariachi, but we're going to have mariachi there. So I'm super excited.
I can't wait. If you have any other questions that you want to ask us, feel free to ask us. And we'd love to answer those for you. Because, I think it's fun to talk about our culture, and I love sharing it with people, so, yeah, so,
yeah, like Allie said, if you have any questions, comment below, subscribe.
Give this video a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up. So, till next time, love one another. Hug each other. Say your blessings. Say your prayers. And as always, give thanks. Anything else?
Love one another. Be positive. Be happy. I would say that's very important. Just live life. Just be happy. But most importantly, always have, God in your life. And He'll make your day so much better.
Amen. Bye.
Bye. We love you.